It's Friday, and it's the end of the show, so that means it's time for Friday Night at the Movies, and there is a movie about the civil rights movement that you probably won't want to miss. Arise News contributor and editor-in-chief of ShowBizCafe.com, Jack Rico, is here to review that movie.
Great to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. So good to see you.
Great to see you, as always.
Yeah, and this much-awaited and critically acclaimed film is finally out. Came out in New York over the holiday, Selma.
Yeah, Selma. It was a limited release before, but now it has a full theatrical release, so everybody in the United States can really see this. And this is a top 5 film. If it's not nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, it's going to be a crime against humanity, because this is one of the most powerful and touching films probably of the year. And it's Ava DuVernay's probably masterpiece so far. And it's not a biopic about Martin Luther King Jr., but it's about a specific moment, a historic moment in time that really changed this country, and it resonates very well at the moment.
All right, let's take a peek at Selma.
What I need to know right now, what's Martin Luther King about to do next?
Mr. President, Dr. King is here.
Mr. President, in the South, there have been thousands of racially motivated murders.
We need your help, Dr. King. This thing's just gonna have to wait. It cannot wait. You got one big issue, I got 101.
We're now.
Selma it is.
Wow, you know what? Actually, I've talked to a couple of people that have seen this movie, including our director, Larry.
What did they say?
Well, he said, you must see this. It was powerful.
It was very powerful. David Oyelowo, everyone's talking about that he probably will get a nomination for Best Actor here, but the one that everybody's really looking forward to is Ava DuVernay. She could make history at the Oscars, and if she's nominated for Best Director, it will be the first time that a female African-American will be nominated in that spot, and that already is historic. But more than that, this is a very touching, very powerful film that just gets to you. Now that the Ferguson and the Garner cases happened, there's a more contemporary resonation about what this film feels. It gives you almost chills when you walk out of the movie theater because it feels almost real.
Wow. The Golden Globes are coming up this weekend, so that'll give us a peek into what might happen into the Oscars.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure we'll talk about that more as the season goes on. Let's get to the next movie. Another one that I'm surprised. I thought that Liam Neeson was finished with this franchise, but Taken 3.
When you talk about the first two making close to $600 million at the global box office, you know you're probably just trying to burn that one out. But in this particular case, Neeson comes back to this action thriller franchise. And let me know if you know about this premise. Ex-CIA who is accused of a murder he didn't commit. Now he has to clear his name and he's a fugitive of the law.
While evading the law. Sounds vaguely familiar.
That's what this part 3 is all about.
Let's take a look at Taken 3.
Lenny! Lenny?
Sir, back away now!
I didn't do this.
Put your hands up, now!
So in this particular case, what we're seeing with Liam Neeson is he's just really doing this really for the money. The movie, Taken 3, is already up for worst movie of 2015. I already put it in. I already penned it in my worst movies of the year so far. I think it might win. Between the excruciatingly painful dialogue, the embarrassing moments of acting and drama here, this movie is, for the most part, a really bad notch on Liam Neeson's career.
See, there shouldn't have been a third one then, because I actually really liked the first one, and I was all right with the second one.
Right, and then in the third one, they just, I guess, part of the appeal is the campiness, but everything has a limit, and this one, they just plowed right through it. So it's almost unwatchable, yeah.
No, that's disappointing. Okay, well then let's quickly move on to the last movie we're going to talk about, Predestination.
Yeah, this is a Ethan Hawke film. It's a better than average sci-fi adventure film where it has a really interesting premise. It's about a time travel agent that heads into time to stop major crime events from happening. So when you kind of put it that, you're really interested, and some really good performances in this one where things go wrong and some really clever twists kind of leave you hanging too.
Okay, let's get a quick peek of Predestination.
If you ever want to stop the Fizzle Bomber, you'll never get another chance. Time, it catches up with us all.
Okay.
I like Ethan Hawke, and you know what? Every time he comes out with a movie around January, it's usually a winner. I can't understand why this movie wasn't really screened to many critics, and not only that, I don't know why it hasn't had much marketing. But this is one of the gems actually of the week and probably even of the month.
Wow.
It's complex, it's a little slow, but then around the second and third act, it really starts kicking in. And what you like about it is that the genuine performances from Ethan Hawke and Sarah Snook, the breakthrough actress at the moment, plus this premise really give you a very satisfying result and a very promising look at, what time traveling is with a sort of a twist right at the end.
Is this an independent movie or was it put out by a big studio?
Magnolia Studios, and once again, it's like, how did this fall through everybody's radar? But it's definitely one of the gems of the week, and everybody should go check it out if they like sci-fi.
All right, well, you told us about it, Jack Rico. Thank you
got
so
it.
much.
Absolutely.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. That's going to do it for us today. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday for another edition of Arise America. I'm Debbie Turner Bell. Bye-bye.